Welcome to Glencoe's Health e-Spotlight video series, where real-world connections help you develop the skills for a healthy future.
Food. Every day we're bombarded with messages about it. What to eat and what not to eat.
It's really not good.
But what can the latest science teach us about our most basic and precious resource? In this episode, we set out to discover what you need to eat in order to be the best at whatever you do. And recent scientific research suggests that the food we eat can actually improve the way we perform. If it's true, this new food science may just give you the edge in your life. Recent research has found that there are components in oily fish that may improve the way we cope with stress. They've been heralded as magic ingredients and are part of a group of fatty acids called omega-3.
We can't produce it in our own body, so we have to take it in through the diet.
The particular types of omega-3 that might have the calming effect are mainly found in oily fish. Fish like mackerel, haddock, sardines, salmon, kippers and tuna. So whether you need to be physically at the top of your game or just want to calm down next time you break for lunch, it's worth thinking about what to eat to be the best.
This student is in training as a long-distance runner, but he's hardly world-class. Surely the first thing he needs to do is to stock up on proteins, the building blocks of the body. Food like eggs and meat. Well, the body needs protein, but most of us eat far too much as it is. It may help if you want a bodybuilder's physique, but there's no evidence that taking more than you need will help overall performance. What he needs are carbohydrates. Starchy foods like bread, rice and pasta that convert directly into the body's preferred type of fuel, glucose. It's essentially sugar, but digests at a slower rate than pure sugar alone, and so releases body fuel in a controlled manner. But the body can't store large amounts of carbs. After converting what it can to glucose, it stores the rest as glycogen in the muscles or as body fat. When you exercise, the body relies on the glycogen. This comes from the food you ate about 12 hours before. Once it's used up, that's it. The best time to eat is straight after exercise, when your muscles will accept twice as much glycogen as normal, increasing your storage space and hence your stamina.
The wonders of a college dining hall, the pizza, the donuts, the French fries. It's a noshing nirvana where for the first time in many kids' lives, they can eat whenever and whatever they want.
This ice cream here is so good.
I ate a lot of macaroni and cheese and a lot of Gatorade.
My mom didn't allow me to eat junk food at home, so having it here is a big change. There's a lot of it everywhere.
A temptation?
A lot of temptation.
So far, it's been pizza for lunch, pizza for dinner, and that's not good.
And that has freshman Jackie Albert worried that not all her growth this semester will be academic.
When you hear those words, freshman 15, what goes through your head?
It's just scary that, like, I'm going to look in the mirror one day and I'm going to be twice the size that I was before, and that's the scariest thought.
Nutritionist Ann Litt counsels teens about their eating habits.
There are a couple main reasons why kids tend to gain weight. The first is that they're away from home, and for a lot of kids, food is very comforting, and it's the one thing that's familiar to them. So I think a lot of kids do eat out of boredom, out of loneliness.
And those late-night study sessions can lead to snacking and packing on the pounds.
These days, there are 24-hour delivery services right to the dorms, so it's not just vending machine snacks, it's whatever you want.
It's really hard because it's all this food that you want to eat, but you know you can't.
There are healthy choices in there too, right?
I'm sure that there are, but I'm not sure which ones they are except for the salad bar. So I'm not sure.
You need a little bit of an education.
I do. I need some help, yeah.
So we asked Ann to give Jackie some tips to help her navigate the fast food-filled waters of campus life.
Have you been to the gym?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Number 1, exercise.
There's no excuse anymore. I mean, the gyms that college campuses are building for their students are just incredible. And it's kind of a social thing.
I think I walk probably 4 miles every day, just walking to class, back to my dorm.
Number 2, explore your options. Today's college cafeteria offers way more than just junk.
You can find baked fish, baked chicken. We have a light line in our dining room. If you're vegetarian or vegan, we have a vegan line. We have salads, low-cal dressings, sandwiches made on whole grain breads, wheat bread, rye bread, with light mayonnaise if that's your choice. So it's what you choose.
Number 3, eat regular meals in moderate portions.
You don't want the servings to get out of hand, and I think that's where a lot of kids get in trouble, because if it's all you can eat, you're just going to sit here and pile it up. And
exactly.
Just remember, it's not all you have to eat, it's all you should eat.
Right.
Follow those rules and you can even have pizza.
And maybe add a little salad to it. That would be a great lunch. Yeah. So go for it. Enjoy your lunch.
It's good.
At least every once in a while.
A funny thing happened on the way to the new label change.
This says trans fat 0.
Many foods lost their nasty trans fat before they had to put it on their label.
This says no trans fat.
The companies which make them already switched to better fats like palm oil.
Do you think it's because they knew they were going to have to label?
I think so. I think that's been the main driving force behind most of these changes.
Michael Jacobson's consumer group fought for the new labels for years. And now, besides some waffles and popcorn,
7 grams of trans fat, that's an enormous amount.
We found it pretty hard to find much of anything with trans fat. Not chips or cookies, and not Mrs. Smith's apple pie, which used to have 4 grams a slice, but now has 0. But for any foods that do keep the trans fat, the FDA says the new labels will literally save lives.
Consumers now have information and they can make a more healthful food choice.
But as companies are forced to disclose the bad on their labels, how far should they be allowed to go in stating the good? Some want to list more positive health claims, calling it a matter of free speech. The government doesn't always agree. When tomato food makers asked to tout potential cancer benefits, the FDA said only if they have a disclaimer stating the FDA doubts the benefits are real. On the other hand, barley just got FDA approval a week ago to say it may reduce the risk of heart disease. With the good and the bad competing for that little space on food packages, one thing's certain, labels are only going to get more crowded.
You've been watching Glencoe's Healthy Spotlight video series. Remember, be healthy, choose wisely.